Hey y'all, today I'm going to make Mexican egg rolls, and I've never made this before. I just thought in my head, what could I do to make something a little different, and this is what I came up with. So it's going to be pretty easy, and I think it'll be pretty good. So to begin with, I have a casserole dish, and into it I'm going to put two chicken breasts. They're still frozen, and that's fine. And I'm not adding any water or any liquid because they are frozen, and there'll be a lot of broth that comes off of them. And I have sprayed it with Pam. So I'm going to just cover it. I'm not salt and peppering it or anything. Just putting them straight in. And I have my oven on 300, and I'm going to let them go for probably 2 or 3 hours to make them pretty tender. And you could put them in a crock pot if you want to, and that would work just fine also. So when we come back, I'll show you the other ingredients that I'm going to add, and we'll move along with the process. So I'll see you back shortly. Hey, we're back with our next step to our Mexican egg roll. So I'll put you down here where you can see. And the chicken cooked about 3 hours, and it is very tender. And I want to take it out of this pan so I can get rid of the broth. And then when I do that, we'll get to the next step. Okay, I'm just going to empty that in the sink. And then I'm going to put the chicken back in. And like I say, it is very, very tender, so it won't take much to tear it apart and shred it. So you can shred this as finely as you want, or leave it in bigger chunks, whatever you want to do. I think I cooked this maybe about 3 hours on 300 degrees covered. So there it is. That's shredded up pretty good. And then, just 1 second. I forgot to get my onion. This is part of the onion I used the other day. And I'm not going to use all this. This is half of a pretty large onion. And I just want to use maybe about half of this. So I'm going to dice it up on the chicken. And it'll get nice and cooked while it's in the oven. Okay. So there's the fat over it. And then I want to put a little bit of seasoning. So I'm going to put just a little cumin, not a whole lot. I want to say that's half a teaspoon of cumin and half a teaspoon of curry. And then I'm going to put some salt and pepper. Okay. Then I'm going to put this can, it's 10 ounces of enchilada sauce. So I'll pour that over next. And I'm going to put the aluminum foil back over it. And I'm going to stick it in the oven for probably another hour on 300, just to let all the flavors of the enchilada sauce and the seasonings and all get into the chicken and get it back good and hot again. So when that's done, I'll see you back here. Okay, we're going to go on to our next step now, and here is the chicken where it finished cooking in the oven. It's a little bit hot, but I was going to show you up close. I took my fork and kind of broke the chicken up just a little bit more once it came out of the oven with the enchilada sauce on it. But I was trying to think the best way so you can see. I guess like this. Here are the egg roll wraps that I'm going to use. And I'll take some out of the wrapper. I'm also going to use, this is a 4 cheese blend Mexican shredded cheese. And so these are real thin, but they're pretty substantial. And you can put beans or rice or anything you want to with this when you make them. I was going to put some rice and then realized I don't have any. But put what the amount you think, don't overfill it, because then it'll be awfully hard to roll up. So there's that. I roll it over one time and then kind of push back and try to get it packed as tightly as I can. Wet the end and turn your ends in. And roll it up, and my end came undone. Anyway, these are fun to try to do. That one didn't work at all for me. Let's try it again. I might have had it a little too full. So these wraps are really wanting to fall apart. It looks like I'm going to have to make them and not turn in the ends because they're breaking. These wraps are a little bit old, but when I turn the ends in, they're breaking and then opening back up, so I'm probably just going to have to make them with the ends open. But that's okay. They're just as good that way. I'll do one more and try it before I go and finish getting them wrapped. Then I'll come back and let you see me frying them. I'm not even going to try to turn in the ends. Anyway, there you go. And once I get all these done, I'll come back and we'll fry them up. So I went ahead and started frying up the Mexican egg rolls. And I've got them all done, but the set after this. I just thought it would be quicker to do it this way. And I'll fry up that last set, and then we'll do a taste test. But you don't want to overcook these, and you want to cook them low so you don't overcook them, because it takes just a tiny bit of time to fry these on each side. And they do kind of want to stick if you let them sit for a few minutes like I did, and it kind of gets the egg roll just a tiny bit moist. So, anyway, this is what I've done so far. And I think they're going to be really good. And I think we're going to try these in salsa tonight. Just dip them in salsa. So I'll give that just another minute to cook, and then it'll all be done. I'll go ahead and cut off the burner. And like I said, I would have put rice in these, and I had completely decided to do that until I realized right before they were finished cooking that, or the meat was finished cooking, that I didn't have rice. So now these are done. I'll show you one more time with them finished. And I set one aside while I was cooking because I wanted it to cool down. So I'll grab a fork. And I will let you see inside. It's hard to cut something when you're holding the plate. Anyway, there it is inside. Can't see all that well. Let me set this down and cut a bite off. There. It is really good. I probably will put some hot sauce on mine, just because I love hot sauce. But they are really good. Fix some beans or something to go on the side, or just have them as a snack when you're watching a ball game or something would be good. But anyway, that is my Mexican egg rolls. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you got something out of the video, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.